Welcome to my English channel. Poetic devices. If you see in the first stanza, Belinda lived in a little white house. Okay, if you see Li, that is I sound, is repeated and it is known as assonance. Assonance is a repetition of vowel sounds. Okay, then if you see the little white house, the word little is repeated, so it is known as repetition. Any word which gets repeated anywhere in the poem, that is known as repetition. Then you have anaphora. Anaphora, we all know, starting word in a poem. Okay, starting word in a poem simultaneously getting repeated, one below the other. That is known as anaphora. Then if you see this realio trulio, it is known as poetic license. Poetic license meaning that is a poet is given the freedom to use certain words to help to enhance the beauty of the poem. Okay, so he can make use of the word though it is not in reality there are no such words there. So realio trulio is poetic license. And you have a pet dragon, which is oxymoron, that is two opposite words placed next together, like day and night, day night, white black. Two opposites placed together without any conjunctions in between is known as oxymoron. And of course, we all know the rhyme scheme. House mouse is known as AA, and wagon dragon is known as BB. So the whole poem has the same kind of poetic devices. Then this poem is filled with lots of simile. Here you have in the first page, you have a dog was as sharp as mustard. Then if you see there are some more poetic devices, same, as brave as barrel full of bears, as brave as a tiger. All these in the first page are known as simile. Okay, and alliterations, you see that covered and custard, the consonant sound is getting repeated, that is known as alliteration. And I've already told you all about simile. We also have a metaphor, chimney for a nose. Okay, the nose is compared to chimney, and it is termed as a chimney. Okay, so indirect comparison, that is metaphor. And I've already told you all about similes. Then you have repetition of a sentence, and really truly the little pet dragon. When a sentence in a poem gets repeated, it is known as a refrain. The next page we have repetition, that is tickled, and tickled word is getting repeated. Then we have allusion, like Percival. Percival, I've already told you all what is that character and how they reference to any person or place is known as allusion. When a person or anything is made reference to any person or a place is known as allusion. Then again we have refrain at the realio trulio, which is getting repeated. Then what we have onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia are the sound words. Here we have weak, then we have meow, then you have clatter and clank. The last answer, if you see gaped, gulped, gobbled, all these are onomatopoeia words. Then when the custard cried for a nice safe case is also a refrain. Okay, we also have simile here. Clashed his tail like irons in a dragon's. Simile is direct comparison, whereas metaphor is we call it as indirect comparison. But actually we make the thing or person the same. Whatever we want to compare it, we make them to become that. Okay, she is a tiger is the best example for a metaphor. Then we have again here poetic license, like window is window and mousehold is the house of the mouse. Then if you see in the this one, we have transferred epithet. Terrified elp. Elp is not terrified. Actually, the dog was terrified, but they transferred that on the yell, that is the dog's bark. That is known as transferred epithet. Transferred epithet I've already explained a lot in my other poems. It is nothing but a comparison which has been transferred on certain things, whereas when it describes the whole. Then we have imageries, all these description about the pirate and how the custard jumps to attack the pirate. All these stanza, the whole stanza are imagery. The last stanza, if you see, last two stanzas are getting repeated. The stanzas which came as the first two stanza gets repeated as the last two stanza. Okay, so that is the end of this poem and the explanation of the poetic devices. Thank you.